Hello and welcome to another episode of Rico'S Rants. I'm your host, Rico DeGiorgio. Alright, so I actually have been requested this a lot, so I knew I was going to do it. I'm happy to do it. I had to postpone it. I was hanging out with a friend the other night, and I was going to actually do this a couple nights ago, but what are you going to do? So, finally, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do this shit. In fact, I'm going to do the remake. Well, it's not really a remake, because I get a lot of... It's technically just a more faithful adaptation. It's not a remake of the TV movie from 1990. It's just another version. So let's... I know there's like die-hard Stephen King fans that are just like, it's not a remake. I agree. But for the sake of consistency, I'm going to have to call it a remake instead of just being like, oh, yeah, one from 1990 and this one. Which is whatever. Anyways. Let's get down to it. So first off, I actually did another video of the 1991. The TV movie with Tim Curry as Pennywise. Which I'm going to have to talk a lot about. Now, this is not going to be me doing a video of really a comparison of the book compared to the movie. It's really going to be a comparison of the 1990 TV movie and this 2017 theatrical release. Because really, these, yeah, I'll rant about anything, but mostly consistently I'm going to rant about movies. Here's Dino. Dino? Hi, buddy. Can you get the fuck out of the way? Good boy. Alright. So first off, let's talk about the directors. Or the director. It's Andy... I know I'm going to be pissed off if I get this wrong because I'm Italian. But I want to pronounce his name properly. I think it's Muschietti. Or Muccietti. It's one of the two. This director, I believe this is one of his very few first films. Like, he's the director who did Mama. And I saw Mama like every other horror buff, and I thought it was good. I didn't think it was scary. And that's sort of what I like about the filmmaker, is that he gives off a very creepy ambiance, but he's not scary. Not to me. I do know of other people who thought Mama was very terrifying, and who also thought this movie, It, was terrifying. I'm a horror buff. I haven't gotten scared from a fucking movie in a very long time. But I loved the atmosphere. I loved how creepy, there was an unsettlingness of this movie. I will say, I kind of thought the trailer for It was almost scarier than the movie, because it has that music. Like, I don't know how to describe the little jingle they use, but the trailer was fantastic. Well, all of them, all three trailers that I saw, they were just super creepy, super off-putting. And remember, when I go through these, I didn't take any notes. This is really just off the cuff. I had prepared it mentally in my own mind. I rewatched some clips online of scenes that I wanted to talk about. And there will be spoilers, so bear that in mind. I'm going to spoil at least for the most part the ending. So if you haven't seen It, first off, go see It. It is fucking great. So there's that quick little review. It's fucking great. It's fucking awesome. But if you haven't read the book, or if you haven't seen the TV movie, or if you haven't seen this movie, I'm going to spoil it. So, the director did a fantastic job. As new of a filmmaker as he is, he did a fantastic job in an actual adaptation of the book. And a closer adaptation than the TV movie. Now, I'm just going to say it straight up. Both versions, in my opinion, are great. Some of them have some weak things. Some of them, you know, have some amazing things. To me, we'll talk first about the kids, the Losers Club. So, in the TV movie, which I've seen an abundance of times, and I've only seen the 2017 adaptation once, but I've seen all the trailers and everything. The Losers Club in the TV movie are different. They're the same archetypes. There's the fat one. There's the jovial, fast-talking one, Richie. There's the stuttering leader, Bill. There's the lone girl. There's the token black guy. There's the pessimistic Jew, and there's the weakling Eddie, who has an overbearing mother. I think that's all of them. I don't know. I may have forgot one. I'll go through it again. I felt that the actor who played the Bill in the 1991, I thought he was a better actor than whoever played Bill in this 2017 one. I kind of felt a little. I mean, he was good, but I just felt like the other one, who actually sadly is dead. He committed suicide at the age of 27. And for all you Stephen King fans, that's 27 is a very significant number. So that was sad. And not to mention, he joined the 27 Club. It was really sad. Once I figured out that he had actually... I mean, I knew he had committed suicide, and he was a talented actor. I never made the connection that he was 27. The whole thing about 27 is that Pennywise comes back every 27 years. It's sort of him hibernating, blah, 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 and then coming back. So, in both adaptations, in the book, movies, Pennywise comes around, when they're kids. 27 years later, comes back when they're adults. The movie came out in 1990, originally, the TV movie. It's now 27 years later, and Pennywise has come back. It was a brilliant, brilliant fucking campaign, promotional campaign, whatever, that the filmmakers or Warner Brothers or whoever decided to fucking do. If that was planned from the start, I fucking tip my hat, man. That was pure genius, pure brilliance. So yeah, I thought the young actor who played Bill in the original was better. Not to say the one in the remake, sorry, I know I'm saying remake, was terrible. He just wasn't... I thought his stutter wasn't as amazing. I don't know. It's just my quick... I thought it was great, but it just wasn't as good as the TV one. I also felt another one who was just not really amazing, but just sort of there, was the kid who played Stan. He just sort of had a very weak actor. To me, he just sort of stood around and was just another filler. And we knew, I mean, if you're a fan, you know that he's the first to die when he's an adult. So maybe it was the filmmakers intentionally making him look very weak and kind of boring, so we wouldn't really care when he does eventually commit suicide in the remake. Or, I'm sorry, the sequel. Just my thought. The kid who played Eddie, he was fucking funny. I have never laughed so hard at kids saying fucking dirty things between Eddie and the kid who played Richie, who was also the same kid who was in the show Stranger Things. Excellent show. If you love Stephen King and you love 80s cinema and you love the Goonies, especially the Goonies, watch Stranger Things. It's essentially a combination of like Goonies and Stephen King mashed together. Excellent show. I'm looking forward to the next season. But the kid who's in that, the actor I think was Finn Wolf something, as Richie, he had the funniest fucking lines. And he's just fast talking and doesn't really believe. Like, at one point he's like, "You're all seeing this clown. Do you have to be like, a virgin to see this clown? Because I haven't seen it." Shut the fuck up, dude. You're like 11. Shut up. You haven't done shit. No, you haven't even seen a pair of tits. Clearly, because, like, Bev shows up and they're all kind of staring at her and just like, "You're a girl." All voices cracking and whatnot. Dino, stop attacking me. Ow. 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 I'm gonna fucking make you float in a minute, bitch. Sorry. I'm telling you, Dino. Stop it. So Eddie and Richie had some of the best scenes just riffing off each other and giving each other a bunch of shit. I mean, Richie had this amazing line that will still stick with me, which is they just had the epic rock fight with Eddie Bowers and his gang. Richie yells back at them, "Go blow your dad, you mullet-wearing asshole." What the fuck? Go blow your dad, you mullet-wearing asshole. Perfect fucking line. I love it. I'm going to use that for all my friends. Such a good way. God, don't you remember back in the day when like kids were just stupid and like if you really the best way of really fucking with your with your friends or someone else was to like make a sexual joke against them with their parents, like I fucked your mom, that kind of thing, or like go blow your dad, you mullet-wearing asshole. It's pure brilliance. So Richie, Eddie, they were fucking awesome. Eddie has, for me, the funny... I mean, apart from the mullet-wearing asshole joke, Eddie has the funniest part in the entire movie. Because he's a hypochondriac and also dependent on his inhaler. And he has an overbearing mother who's just like, you're ill, blah, blah, blah. And clearly needs attention and clearly needs Eddie dependent on her to make herself feel important. So this whole, forever, she's been, get your ass down. For years, she's been basically filling his head with, you know, that he needs this medicine, he needs this inhaler, he's got asthma, blah, blah, blah. He goes to the pharmacy at one point in the film to get a prescription on his inhaler. And a lone girl working there tells him, you know it's all bullshit, right? It's a placebo. And he's like, what's a placebo? And she doesn't explain, she just says, bullshit. So he sort of figures it out that the medicine he has is bullshit, and he leaves his mother's house to go save his friends and to go help his friends defeat Pennywise. And she confronts us, where are you going? He's like, I'm leaving, Mom. I'm helping my friends. You know, my friends are the only good things in my life, and you've taken them away from me. And she's like, but you need your medicine. You're just like, medicine? Is that what you call it? It's gazebos, Mom. He fucks up and forgets the word placebo and calls it a gazebo. He's like, it's bullshit, Mom. It's gazebo. I fucking love it. Best fucking line I've heard in so many fucking years. Oh my god, I'm actually wheezing from how I need an inhaler. Oh my fuck. It's so funny. The entire audience was doubled over for like a full minute because, I mean, we missed like the next 30 seconds to a minute of what happened because we were all laughing so fucking hard. It was so ridiculous, so funny. Like, I was sitting with my friend, we were just like, tears were streaming down my eyes. Oh, it's so good. Alright. The kid who played Mike, the token black kid, and I don't mean to call him the token black kid, but he is the token black kid, and that's very important because they're all bullied by Henry Bowers, or just other bullies in general. So, he's bullied because he's black. So it is actually important to talk about that he's black. This kid, I thought he did a great job. I don't remember, I don't know any of the actors, except for the kid who played Richie, and even then I butchered his fucking name. But the kid who played Mike, I thought he had a little bit of good gravitas to it. The kid who played the fat kid, Ben Hanscom, I thought he looked super young. I mean, he may have been 12, but he looked 7. That was my only real issue, was like, this kid looks out of place because he looks like he's being babysat by these other kids, especially with his budding romance with Bev. Not to say the kid who played Ben was bad. I like that he actually looked chubbier than the original actor in the TV movie, who I thought was good too. I never thought he was too fat. I was kind of like, he's kind of stocky, just a big kid like me. Didn't think of him as overweight enough to get bullied. But this kid certainly, and I don't mean to be that asshole, but he's definitely fat enough to play Ben. I just felt like he looked way too young. Now we gotta talk about Bev. So the actress, God, she fucking was just shined. I know there's like rumors that like they want Amy Adams or Jessica Chastain to play the adult Bev. I kept thinking Amy Adams. Amy Adams and her actually look a lot alike. There's a very strong resemblance between the two. Not just the red hair, but like they look very much alike. And I think Amy Adams would be perfect. Jessica Chastain, I think, is a fantastic actress. I think she's too voluptuous. I think Amy Adams has more of a proper body and face compared to Jessica Chastain. Brilliant actress, whoever fucking played young Bev. She had this air of maturity, and also she looked much older. I mean, I just talked about how Ben, the actor who played Ben, looked like a baby compared to her, but it's very apparent that she looks older than all of them. Just has this air of maturity. Looks like she's already probably 17, and they're all supposed to be 12. Beautiful actress and well acted. And the scenes with her father, I was more creeped out watching the scenes where she averts a pedophiliac father. I was more impressed with her than I was with the other 1990 Bev. I still have some questions about that one. There's a scene towards the end where she fights back against her father for basically getting up close to her. And you can tell it's the first time she's ever fought back. And she hits him over the fucking head with the back of the toilet lid. And there's blood, and he's on the ground unconscious. Thinking about it, she didn't kill him. But they very much left a scene where it's like he didn't get up. So they just sort of left that open. You have to really think, oh, of course she didn't kill her father. But there was a lot of blood from that head wound, and he's just laying there. And even so much as one of the other kids goes to find her, and she got kidnapped by Pennywise and lured in with him. And the fucking dad is still just laying on the ground, bloody head, and not really looking like he's breathing or snoring or anything. So I just felt like, as an audience member, I would have liked for him to at least kind of stir or something. Or at least have the kid call 911. Something. That was just my take. So, I thought the kids did a great job. I thought whoever played Henry Bowers, I thought he did an excellent job. There's really no one who did a bad job. The whole cast is great. Now we gotta talk about the big bad. Now, I will never, ever, ever say that Bill Skarsgård did a better job than Tim Curry. Because to me, Tim Curry did a fantastic job as Pennywise. And still holds up to high regard. Bill Skarsgård, though, gave an interesting, different, newer, fresher interpretation. To me, the best way I can describe my feelings are, you look at Jack Nicholson's Joker and you look at Heath Ledger's Joker. Both different in appearance, and in terms of the makeup, and the youth certainly helps, but neither's better. To me, Heath Ledger is amazing as the Joker, but so is Jack Nicholson. They're both at different interpretations. The same with Bill and Tim. They're both different sides of a very creepy coin. Bill certainly added more to the creep factor because he is able to contort his body more, and he has this really unnerving effect where he can move one eye off, not in but out. So you are watching him and you see his eyes just do this. That's the actor actually doing that, and it added to a tremendous creep factor. You're just like, something's off. Oh my god, something's weird, something's off. He also is very, very, very tall. He's like 6'4" and rail thin. So when he bends his body and contorts and dances, that fucking scene, there's a part where they're in the sewers, and he has a sort of carnival thing. It's all red, and he comes out to Beverly, and he dances like this, but he has just a blank expression, not smiling, not like a clown, just, and his head is almost perfectly still. That was really funny, really creepy. Because you know if Tim Curry did it, Tim Curry would have been cackling and doing that shit. Which, I don't mind either. I don't mind a clown being both creepy and scary, as well as really funny. Which I felt Tim Curry did more. Tim Curry was more funny, you know, kiss me, fat boy, than this Pennywise. So yeah, I felt Bill Skarsgård did an amazing job. In fact, I said this in a previous video, I want Bill Skarsgård to play a young Joker. Specifically a Jared Leto Joker. Not the reimagining origin fucking thing. If they're going to do that, they should connect it with Jared Leto's Joker. Jared Leto should have more of a chance. They should not add another Joker involved to it. I think Bill could do a convincing job as a young Joker. Even though he's clearly, what, half of, like, 6 inches taller than Jared Leto? Whatever. I don't care. Yeah, Bill was great. I'm trying to think of other really good scenes. Honestly, in my opinion, the ending, while they kick the shit out of Pennywise and defeat him, the way Pennywise died, I had issue with. Because he's sort of crawling and retreating in his sewer pipe. He says one line that I just felt like was really out of place. He just says, fear. And sort of disintegrates and falls away and collapses. That was one of the very few lines I thought was really out of place. It was kind of a weak line for the final line of a villain, even though we know he comes back in a sequel. That was my only real criticism. I thought, I didn't think it was scary. I thought it was very creepy and very entertaining and awesome. Definitely will give it an A+ as a film. But it could just be me. I don't get scared at movies that much, anymore. I mean, it's been a long time. I think the last time I was scared at a movie, and I'm embarrassed to say this, was probably the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, because they relied a lot on jump scares. This movie didn't really have any jump scares, or if it did, it sort of gave you enough warning to know there was a jump scare going to happen, like the balloon was coming. There'd be a floating balloon heading towards the camera, and you know the closer it gets, it was going to pop, and then Pennywise was going to be behind him. We knew that. Like, you see it coming, you're like, something's about to happen, you get ready, but Nightmare on Elm Street gave more jump scares out of the blue, nothing you were expecting. And the trailer kind of revealed a couple jump scares without intending to. Like when Bev is in the bathroom, she turns and Pennywise is at the door, grabs her by the throat. Excellent film. I want to go see it again. My friend and I actually found a copy online. The quality was pretty good, but the sound was really fucked. So I'm like, maybe we should just go see it again. We may do that. I'm looking forward to part 2. I kind of have some, like I said with Bev, I think Amy Adams would be a great casting. I think Bill Hader should be a grown-up Richie. He's an impressionist. They look a lot alike, and Bill Hader looks like he is and was a nerd when he was a kid, so I would be fully okay with that. In terms of a grown-up Mike, I would go... I would actually go Jordan Peele, who clearly is a fan of horror films since he directed the amazing movie Get Out, which I should do a review of at some point. I think he'd be fantastic. I would also go for Bill. I didn't like the actor who played Bill in the original, the grown-up one. I didn't think he had the the gravitas. When he stuttered, it sounded like he was yawning. Promise me. Like, I just, no, didn't like it. Get someone who can do a convincing stutter, and also get someone who's balding. Adding a ponytail for the 1991 was stupid because the character is supposed to be balding. I'm available, but no, seriously, actually, get someone who has a receding hairline. Get someone like maybe Corey Stoll. He is a great actor, and he's bald or balding, so that would be great. I also think for Eddie, the hypochondriac weakling one, I for some reason I kept thinking Jim Carrey, just based on they have a slight resemblance to each other. But really thinking about a whole lot more, Jake Gyllenhaal would be perfect. He actually looks a lot like Jake Gyllenhaal. He's got that sort of dark, haunted quality look in his eyes. So I'm saying Jake. Go Jake. As for Ben, the obvious choice that I love, and I'm fully supportive of it, is Chris Pratt. Because Ben loses his weight when he's an adult. Chris Pratt is funny. He's good looking. And he is in incredible shape. So you need to have someone who's got, if not thin and looks like, he takes care of his body very well. You need someone who, a little muscles wouldn't hurt. I'm not saying go big, like go The Rock. But Chris Pratt, I think, is old enough to be convincing. And I think he's got the star quality for sure to be perfect in it. Stan, I don't care. I don't care. Stan's the weakest one for me. Get whoever looks the part. And that's not, I just don't really care. It could be, it could be Corey Stoll for all I care. It could be, you could cast Bruce Willis. You can cast fucking, if you could put Edward G. Robinson, I wouldn't give a shit. Whoever they pick, I'll be happy with, honestly. As long as he looks the part, as long as he looks a stereotypical Jew, I guess, because that's really important for the character, because the other boys are always giving him shit for being Jewish and looking Jewish. I'm not saying go Adam Sandler. Although Adam Sandler... No, they wouldn't put Adam Sandler because Adam Sandler would never be in a movie where he kills himself in like 5-10 minutes at the beginning of the sequel. They would have to go someone young, a little bit weaker, unless they're going to pull a Drew Barrymore of Scream and be like, well, we're going to kill off a big star. Who cares? So now let's talk about, briefly, the forms that Pennywise takes to scare the kids. There's the leper that scares the shit out of Eddie. I felt like I honestly didn't think the leper was was that convincing. I think they went too much into CGI for that. I liked that the leper was chosen. I just felt like maybe when they had too much CGI, it looked very much like CGI. It didn't look creepy. Like, honestly, in the 1991, where Pennywise gets the battery acid from the inhaler sprayed on his face, and he screams, and he looks sort of half deformed, and his skin is touching to his hand, and sort of is roaring, and it was like practical effects. That was more terrifying to me than this leper. The leper chasing him, that was creepy. But whenever Bill Skarsgård was around, it was perfect and terrifying. Whatever the fucking ugly, like, woman that Stan was afraid of, I read was an early sketch on Mama. Okay, so it's him throwing in a movie character that he used before. I just kind of feel like, what a weird choice to have this be Stan's fear. I mean, it could be symbolic of him being, like, afraid of having a bar mitzvah and becoming a man, but I didn't get it. I really didn't get it. I definitely understood Richie's fear of clowns. See, the thing is that there's two fucking things that really scare me. It's clowns and fucking spiders. So I'm really going to have a hard time in part 2. Because it's all clowns, and the spoiler ending is a giant fucking spider. So I'm going to be fucking like... screaming like Dino, just... doing like that. Easily an excellent film. I'm gonna, as soon as this comes out, I'm buying it. I'm gonna rewatch. I don't go to the movies and rewatch movies that often, but I'm actually considering doing it for this one. Will you calm down? You got a bug up your ass. You want to go? You want to go? You little shit. On that note, I'm going to end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know, what did you think in terms of comparing this It with the other It? Do you think it was more faithful to the book? What are your thoughts on Pennywise or the Pennywises? Which was better for you, Tim Curry or Bill Skarsgård, or did you have the same opinion as me? Both equally great, both very different in interpretation. Let me know what you guys thought. Oh, actually, before I end this, I gotta tell you that despite I had an amazing time watching the movie, so much that when I went and saw it, and I got free passes to a movie, I brought a friend, we got discounts on food. I love, my friend's a manager at a movie theater, so he spoils the hell out of me, so I'm very grateful for that. I had an amazing time. We bought a pizza, we bought beer, we had, it was all discounted, and we got in for free. I had an amazing time. However, there was this one obnoxious, annoying chick who would not shut the fuck up. Just talk the entire film. And she would fucking go on and on and on. See, this is where the rant part comes in for Rico's Rants. She would make comments as the movie's unfolding. So, like, every time Pennywise came out and fucking said something, or did something rude to the kids, or fucked with them, or broke their arms, or whatever, she would say, rude, rude, rude. Talking the entire time. At one point, there's a scene where Bev is... blood pours from her bathroom sink and basically covers her in blood, and is all over the bathroom walls, all over the floor, everything. So just red all over. She fucking says very loudly, but in a whisper, "Oh my god, it looks like Carrie." Alluding to Stephen King's other movie, Carrie, where a chick has a ton of blood all over her. We had throughout the movie had said, shh, 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 shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. The entire, whatever part that was, that's like an hour into the movie. So for a whole hour, she just won't shut up, and we're all shushing her. And when she said, oh my god, it looks like Carrie, I finally had enough. I said, who gives a fuck? And she still was like talking. When I went up and I told my friends, and I was like, look, I don't mean to be that guy because you guys have been very nice to me, let me in and everything. But she won't shut the fuck up. I'm 2 seconds away to fucking seeing if she floats. And apparently I was the only one to complain. People kept coming up and telling the managers and everything that she won't shut up. So finally she shut the fuck up. But the movie was so good, I was able to endure that and still enjoy the film. Most of the time, this would actually ruin the whole fucking movie for me, and then I would never, ever look at the movie in a positive way unless I had to rewatch it by myself, no one else talking. As much as I love to talk, I'm perfectly quiet when a movie's playing. So that's my little rant for that one. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and all that shit I said earlier that still applies to now. Love you all. Bye, guys.